been a while since you guys seen ladder 25. I know, it's been a long time. And we still have crash 14. So if you're watching this video, then you guys already know what time it is. Firefighter Q&A with Lane Jackson. If you're new to the channel, guys, my name is Lane Jackson. I'm a full-time firefighter here in New Jersey, and I'm also a firefighter in the Army National Guard. I decided to incorporate this Q&A on my channel because I get asked daily about firefighting, questions about how to become a firefighter, things to do when you're a new firefighter, anything that deals with firefighter related. So with the knowledge and the wisdom that I gained throughout the years of being a firefighter, I decided to go ahead and create this segment for you guys. So before we dive into it, guys, I did do a chest workout that you got to see in the beginning of this video. Did chest and triceps, and then I also did 45 minutes of post-workout cardio, and I also gave you guys a physique update. Now, if you're following my channel, like really following my channel, then you already know this is like a vlog channel, but also incorporate, you know, Army stuff, firefighting, and just daily life stuff. So I'm giving my physique updates in my videos for those that's following the journey, the fitness journey that I have going on right now. So that's why you see that in this segment. So today we're gonna jump into a few questions, just like we always do. I'm gonna answer probably about 5, maybe 6. We gotta get caught up. We have a lot of questions to answer, guys. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into the questions. Real quick, guys, if you're interested in becoming a firefighter, because I get asked a lot, how can I become a firefighter? Click the link down below in the description to a video that I recorded probably about a year ago on how I became a firefighter. You can use that video, kind of get some tips and pointers to apply in your journey or your career on becoming a firefighter. All right, so if you enjoy that video, guys, watch that video. It's a very good video. I put out a lot of great information that you guys can use. If you enjoy that video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you think anyone around you can use that video as well, share it with them and tell them to hit that thumbs up button as well. All right, so how this works, guys, basically I go to the last video that I recorded, the last Q&A. If you want me to answer a question, comment down below in this video and I will answer it in the next video, all right, or the next video after that, depending on how many questions that we have in this video. So I went back to Q&A number 5, episode number 5. I'm pulling the questions from this Q&A, and then I'm gonna try to answer as many as I can in this video. All right, I don't want to make these videos super long because then you guys are just gonna check out. All right, so that being said, I'm gonna start from the bottom and then stroll down and then try to get through as many of these questions as possible. All right, so that being said, question number 1. I'm getting my EMT soon. Is it very hard to pass? When it comes to the EMT, guys, National Registry EMT, it's definitely a test in a class that you don't want to take light. You definitely want to study. Make sure you read, take good notes, pay attention to the instructor. I highly recommend investing in like an EMT flashcard book. I got mine from Barnes & Noble years ago. They had this book which helps prepare you for the National Registry test, because it's going to give you the same kind of questions you're going to be expected to answer on that test. The test is very challenging, guys. I know people, I believe the test has close to 150 questions, and I know people who fail the test. The test actually cuts off if you're either failing it real bad or you're passing it really well, all right? So you don't know when it's gonna cut off, it just cuts off on you. But I know people who answered all the way up to 120 questions. All right, so it's definitely a test you need to study for. Pay attention in the class. Take notes, take a lot of notes. You're probably gonna read that EMT book. I read that book 3 times, guys, 3 times. Because it's just so much information. So it's definitely not gonna be a cakewalk, but if you apply yourself, you will pass. Question number 2 comes from ZE, or Z. Hey man, I love your content. Thank you so much. My question is, as an Army fire chief, do you have a command vehicle when you train with the Army? Yes, I have a command vehicle. Right now, it's pretty much a Humvee that I share with my commander. There's no lights or anything on it. If we deploy, we may fall in on equipment. We may fall in like command equipment that's already, like a command vehicle that's already there. But as of right now, we just have a Humvee which is assigned to the headquarters element, which consists of myself, my commander, and my supply sergeant. Question number 3 comes from Alex Mason. What type of truck is truck number 6? Truck 6, in the beginning of this video, guys, you saw this huge truck that was looked like a house on wheels. Well, basically that's a crash truck, guys. All right, use that truck for all aircraft emergencies. It has a high pressure bumper turret and roof turret, can discharge a lot of water at one time, and it can carry a lot of water. So that truck is basically used for all aircraft. It allows us to basically extinguish the fire without having to get really close, because most aircraft have a lot of jet fuel, so that stuff burns very hot, and sometimes it's hard to get close to it. All right, so it's a crash truck. Question number 4 comes from Keegan Rhino. I think I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm a guy from Italy, and I wonder how I can become a firefighter over there. That's a really good question, Keegan. Honestly, the best answer I can probably give you, first you would have to, focus on getting citizenship in the US, which I'm sure that's not a super easy process that happens overnight. It takes a little time. Once you get that taken care of, get over here, establish somewhere that you live in the US. I'm pretty sure you have to show like you've been living in this area. Like, let's say you've been living in New Jersey for 2 years, show that you're a legit resident, and then you probably have to prove that you've been living there for some time, and then start applying for jobs. I've never had that question before. I never came across anyone who had to do that, so that's very interesting. But I say, if that's something you truly want to do, pursue it and don't give up until you accomplish your goal. All right. Next question comes from Firefighter T15. How long do you have to wait to become a firefighter after you take the basic test? Because I want to do FDNY, but I'm worried that I will have to wait a really long time in order to get the position. Now, when it comes to FDNY, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. The wait list for that is crazy. I know guys that's waiting right now. They're on the list, and they were told it's like 2 or 3 years right now. They're on a 2 or 3 year wait list. A lot of people try to apply for FDNY, and I know it's extremely hard to get on. But if you just stay consistent, put in the work, put in the time, meet the requirements, you will get on. I will say, don't give up, keep pushing forward, but you will have to probably reach out to FDNY, figure out what they're requiring and start working on those requirements as soon as you can. There's a lot of factors that play into getting put on the list or getting selected and getting placed on the list, like certain placings on the list. And it's a very competitive job, super competitive. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not trying to scare you away from working towards it, but I just want to be honest with you and let you know that it's a very competitive department to get on. But like I said, if you you just stay committed, stay dedicated, and do what you have to do, I'm sure you'll get on with no problem. All right. This question is coming from Tori. What kind of exercise would be best to make sure I'll pass the CPAP? I answered this question, I think it was in episode number 2, but I will just briefly hit it again. The best thing to do is work on cardio. Maybe get on a Stairmaster. I've never done a CPAP test, to be honest with you guys. But I hear a lot of people say the best thing to probably do to get prepared for one is do a Stairmaster. But the biggest thing is just work on your cardio, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you work on your cardio and stamina, anything physical, you will be able to get through it because your stamina and cardio will be there. So work on stamina and cardio. This next question is coming from Michael Scott. I got denied a medical waiver for the Army because of a torn ACL that happened 10 years ago. No corrective surgery, no pain, no physical limitations now. Do you think I have a shot as a firefighter passing their medical board? Honestly, if you don't have any issues with it, you shouldn't have any problems. But if you have a torn ACL, I mean, there has to be some kind of corrective surgery or something, I believe, to fix that. Honestly, I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to say yes or no. I would say the best thing for you to do is go get checked out, get your knee checked out, make sure everything is good to go. If the doctor say, look, you're good to go, it's healed, you had a partial tear, whatever the case may be, then I would say pursue, trying to join the Army. As far as join the Army to be a firefighter, again, I don't want to say yes or no, because I feel the MOS active duty is already, I think, hard to get. And you have to do a firefighter physical. So if it's something that they catch on the initial Army physical, they're probably going to catch it on the firefighter physical, and you may not be able to get the job. So I would say before you do anything, go to your local doctor, your family doctor, get it checked out, just make sure everything is good to go before pursuing that, because you don't want to go there and then you have all these issues and then you get denied again. All right, that's the best advice I can give you, because I'm not a doctor and I don't want to give you medical advice and say, oh, just because you don't have any pain, you're good to go. So get it checked out, before you go to the recruiter or go back to MEPS, and then you know, if the doctor says you're good to go, then you're good to go. All right, so this next question comes from Nick. What is the mental toughness and understanding? Keeping someone alive or working under severe circumstances? I would say working under severe circumstances, because there may be a time where you're in a position where you have to decide on how to keep someone alive. When it comes to this job, guys, you're always going to be on your toes, and this is a job that you always have to continue to keep learning. There's no such thing as I've learned everything about firefighting. This career changes daily when it comes to the firefighter side of it, the medical side of it, the rescue side of it. It's always changing. There's new techniques out there. There's new medical devices out there. There's new ways to fight fire. This job is always changing, so you're always going to be learning, and it's very important to stay on top of that. It's very important to, you know, get in classes. If your department offers classes, take the classes, learn what's new, learn what's going on outside of the fire department, because things are changing 24/7. So once you get comfortable to being able to make decisions, being able to have the knowledge and the wisdom to make a split decision under pressure, you will be okay. You know, not everyone pulls up on scene and they're like really calm. You know, if they seem calm, it's because they pretty much are confident in their knowledge to make that decision. You know, sometimes when you come to a fork in the road, you just have to make a left and a right, but you have to make a confident decision. And if you have that knowledge, if you have a good amount of knowledge, training, those decisions, I'm not gonna say will be easy to make, but you'll have a little bit more confidence making those decisions, if that makes sense. All right, y'all, so this is the last question to wrap up this video, and then I will have to pick up on the rest of the questions in the next video. This question is coming from Goddess Baby. Now, I do remember answering your question, one of your questions in the last video. She wants to know, as a woman, how can I become better prepared taking the mechanical part of the fire written test and also for the Fire Academy? So it depends, honestly. When I went to the Fire Academy, I didn't know anything about firefighting. I didn't prepare for it. I just showed up, and next thing you know, they were teaching me on how to become a firefighter. The best thing I could tell you to do for the written part, just wait till you get to the academy and let them teach you. Don't try to read up on that stuff before you go, because you're gonna confuse yourself. The biggest thing is make sure that you just get to class, pay attention, take notes. They're gonna teach you everything you need. They're gonna give you books. The books is gonna have all the information you need, and as long as you're paying attention, you'll be fine. Like, when it comes to taking these classes for like being a firefighter, guys, like going to Fire Academy, it's not really that hard if you just pay attention. I've always been one of those people where I had to write things over and over for it to stick. I know some people that can listen to a lecture and not even crack a book, and they will pass the test, like make A's. So you just have to go in there, figure out your best learning technique, how you're gonna retain the information, and retain the information, you'll be fine. I wouldn't focus so hard on trying to prepare for it prior to going, because then you'll confuse yourself. You'll be like, well, I read this in this book, but you guys are telling me this. Just focus on, you know, maybe working on things you can do as far as building up your stamina, your cardio and stuff like that, because there's gonna be points in the Fire Academy where, you know, the physical side of it can be tough, and it can be tough for anyone. I know females, you know, one of the things I witnessed that was a challenge for females was the dummy, because the dummies around 150. I know we had some that got up to 180, and you have to be able to drag those dummies and be able to like pull those dummies out of small areas. And I know that was a huge challenge for some of the females that I witnessed going through the Fire Academy. So I will focus on building up your stamina. If there's any way you can maybe go to a department, see if you can volunteer prior to going, seeing if they have some stuff they could teach you, like dummy drag, stuff like that, so you can just learn how to maneuver the dummy, because that was a hiccup for a lot of the females when I went through. So that's gonna wrap up the questions, guys, for Firefighter Q&A episode number 6 with Lane Jackson. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoy it, man, hit that like button. The like button goes a long way. And if you guys have any questions about firefighting, comment down below, because that's where I pull the questions from. and I will answer it in the future videos. All right, so I think I have, okay, so I think I have roughly about 4 more questions to go on this video, and then I'll pick up the new questions from this video on episode 7. All right, so until next time, guys, peace.